Down now.
Okay, so our next vendor pitching is CloudRadial. Ricky Cicchini, the VP of product there. We will let you have at her.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Well, hey, everybody. It's Ricky Cicchini, the VP of product at CloudRadial, and I'm here to talk about CloudRadial as a whole, trying to come up with a summary of exactly what we do to help you kind of wrap your head around it. If you've never heard about us, the easiest way to describe it is that we're here to help MSPs, really anybody who's in IT, connect better with their clients. And we're a vendor that's been around for a little bit now. I think it's been around 6 years, and it's been a really great journey. CloudRadial used to be synonymous with just a client portal. It's kind of expanded. I'll talk a little bit about that. But as far as how we can offer value to you guys, it's about offering some better engagement touch points on everywhere you do engage with the clients. So first of all, how and where do you touch your clients? Touch points, though, not anything weird, right? So you've got to think about the way that MSPs engage with clients. You've got so many different tools that do so many different technical things, right? You've got your RMMs, your PSAs, your backup tools, security, you name it. That's really important. But to an average end user, how do you actually go about proving the value, showing what you do, helping them understand? So CloudRadial as a platform, as kind of a multi-product platform, was kind of built to answer those questions. So if you look into CloudRadial at all, you're going to run into probably a CSA, which is kind of our mirror to the PSA, and that is intended to be a client portal, yes, but also kind of a management console for how you can manage client relationships. So in those touch points, there's a lot of ways you can improve the benefit or improve the way you work with clients, and that does have pretty good benefits, right? So we know that if you're getting them from the very beginning and you're offering them a clear-cut way to show them what you're doing for them, right? Having them go to one portal to get access to all that is going to give them a better view for sales, for example, so you can have better prospecting, right? For ticketing, it's super important too, because having a centralized location where you can actually launch stuff off. Again, your major PSAs are really, really good at handling ticketing on your end of stuff. But for the front end, right, we want to offer something that is really easy for an average person to get in there. So we're talking about forms, we're talking about automations. I'll show a little bit of that in a second. Again, transparency and availability. A lot of great tools out here, even on this on the channel program here, but like getting that stuff to an average end user is a lot, right? So how do you simplify that access and that understanding in one place? Again, centralizing it down, and then even going as far as to take QBRs and whatnot and making sure that everybody can get to that data in one single place. So having that walkthrough portal example. So I'll kind of zip through these because there's a lot of different features to it, but I want to stay focused on how this can help an MSP tangibly with their client touch points. So again, you're going to get a white label client portal to make sure that it looks good and people are reminded that they're working with you, what that means, and again, staying top of mind and current as you go about having a relationship with your clients. To engage them better than just like a typical ticketing portal, we want to go beyond that. So we offer stuff that's like, again, LMS and training is a good one, getting people to kind of build their habits in the portal, having a service catalog. So it's more so than just trouble tickets, but like, do you have an answer for if somebody wants to purchase a new service, if somebody wants to see what services they have purchased, if somebody wants to upgrade, if somebody wants to buy hardware, having that in one single place is super, super effective, right? So again, there's more depth to all this stuff. It's something that if you're interested in something like CloudRadial and you've been wanting to get into better client management, definitely check these out because we can go through the specifics of how, you know, dynamic forms work in ticketing or automations and so on and so forth. But the gist is that, let's get to the visuals. You want to be able to show them what you got, right? So if you are a client, right, imagine you're a client of your own MSP, how do they really get to see what you do for them? Well, again, putting a client-facing interface in front of them that does the right stuff is super helpful. So CloudRadial is going to come in, hook you up with a portal, let you customize it with the features that you want. Again, you may want a ticketing portal, you may want a QBR portal, you may want all-in-one, giving them something visual that, again, you can take into sales prospecting, right? That's kind of the first part of engaging with a customer and helping them understand the value you bring to the table, which ultimately will get you a stickier customer, right? That will actually understand how to work with you better in the future. But more specifically, again, one of the more popular features is onboarding, offboarding forms. So if you're trying to approach this client experience, if you've always wanted to get into it, but you're not super sure where to start, I always like to show this and talk about it. Really easy way to get people to understand is saying, hey, this is where you can add, remove users, right? So having a form aspect to the portal that opens up everything else is also very easy for clients to understand. It's very beneficial for MSPs because they can start to organize the way that they take those new users, take those new leavers, And again, this is going to be sending stuff to your PSAs, to your connected system. So this does not replace any of your existing systems. Think of it as a nice shiny overlay, like a UI on top of all the stuff that you do have, right? It's kind of intended as a platform to ingest as much information as possible and display it in a way that makes sense. So if you've got kind of the basics, you're able to show them what you got some onboard, offboard forms, you've got some forms in general. So you're starting to get structured data from your clients. In theory, you're also able to work better with them. So deliver faster service. You can get to more interesting things, right? So let's say facilitating meetings, right? This is an example of an integration with one of our vendors. We integrate with a lot of them, but like, Times S data, for example, being pushed in there feels very organic. It doesn't feel like you're kind of putting a bunch of stuff together. So again, you're leveraging your full tool stack to be the best client experience possible. Now, again, as we go further down, you're able to integrate even other reporting tools and able to kind of give that top level view from what you're doing really good at, what the client could be doing better at, and so on and so forth. So again, in the same portal that they do their day-to-day stuff, the kind of more point of contact, higher admin level people are able to get in there and understand where you want to take them in the future. And that can eventually even lead you down to like QBRs. So there's like a planner aspect of it. Now, there's a lot of stuff in here, so it's a lot of stuff to ingest right off of a 7-minute pitch. So I definitely encourage you guys to take a look within a demo. We do have a little bit of a lighter product, so a lot of MSPs, as they look forward to this, they look to get into maybe some of the earlier stuff I talked about, like the ticketing stuff is a good start. There's a lighter version of that CSA product called Portal 365 that does very similar. But in either case, whether you're looking for a full suite solution or you want something a little bit lighter, definitely take a look at CloudRadial. Have a nice demo for you here. You can scan the QR code or visit us at cloudradial.com/demo, and we'll show you more of the features and how it all works together to make your client touch points really shine. So thank you.
Excellent. Thanks, Ricky.